Welcome back to the Davey Gillum Show. Coach, again, back to the show again. It seems like we just did this yesterday. We're back out here again today. We're out here live at Universal Pizza out here on Charles Severs Boulevard on the Maverick Land exit 122. It's not too late to come out and join us. We got a full house here tonight, Coach, for the show.
Yeah.
Thanks again for taking time. Busy week, getting ready for Carter, another region opponent. We'll talk about Seymour first and foremost, Coach. Just a dismantling from start to stop right there. You did a great job. The game plan was great. Coaches did a great job. Players executed it from the very beginning. I took a big early lead on them, and by halftime it was over.
Yeah, so before we talk about them, we'll give a real quick shout-out to Coach Chadwell, who's homesick.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little odd going to practice right now. First time in 12
Missing
years
him, for sure.
I've not had John at practice. And he don't miss for anything.
Right.
So he's a staple and a standard that makes our one of the things that make our program great.
100%.
So, Coach Chadwell, I want you to know we're all praying
Thinking
for you.
about you
Miss
tonight. Yeah.
Look forward to getting you back out there.
Yeah.
And
Rest up.
Deanna, both of them guys have been locked up for a week, so Lord willing, they'll get back at it soon.
They will.
Like you said, it was a good game Friday night for the Mavs from all aspects of the game. We'll start on special teams. Jackson Payne kicked the ball really well.
He did.
I don't know how many of them got in the end zone, but quite a few of them.
Sure.
The ones that didn't get in the end zone.
Placed them where we wanted them.
Placed them where we want. I know Israel Smalls had one of the best football plays I've seen since I've been here.
Yeah.
Run down there 60 yards, full speed, didn't break stride, and tackled a guy in open field without even shimmying down. So
another big play on special teams for Israel Small as well, Coach. A block punt up in the air, about 10, 15 yards. He catches it. We don't want him to catch it.
That was one of those where I'm screaming at him.
Don't catch
until it happened, and then you're like, okay,
for sure.
But yeah, he's a gutsy kid. He's always been that guy. Even when he was a sophomore, returning punts for us.
He's just having fun out there.
You're gonna have to worry about whether he's going to field or not. Run up there 100 miles an hour and grab anything. But special teams really good. Had a little bit of trouble on PAT. I don't think punt team never made it out there.
No.
They onside kicked all their kickoffs, but Reese Russell did a good job recovering all them.
Yeah, kicked it right too. Reese, we'll have him on the show in a little bit.
Yeah. So special teams were solid. They've been again a strong suit for us this season so far. So proud of the way that's going and trending. Typically a school our size, that's not a strong point of a program. So it says a lot for the program's strength and to do so well. Offensively, I think we scored at every possession. We did have some touchdowns called back, but for the most part, we're able to overcome those things and the penalties. Yeah,
Waylon LaRue, long run. We'll see that later, I'm sure. Called back there. Another long run. He had one 2 weeks ago, had another one this week. Called back.
So going into Friday night, really only our second region game. We've had a really tough schedule starting out, with the Beardens and the Pals. And Fulton's a good team. They're one of the more athletic teams in East Tennessee. So it's been a really tough schedule. Watching film, you really didn't maybe realize how far ahead we are of teams that are similar to us as we are. So you get out there a Friday night, film didn't do it justice. Our kids were bigger, stronger, faster, played better, executed well in all phases of the game. So offensive line played well, dominated the line of scrimmage.
Walking downfield too, just getting guys
cost us some penalties, maybe a little slow getting up.
Guys way down the field,
But just continued progress in all phases, but offensively, playing those tough teams, it always takes more time to get the passing game where you want it come playoff times. You don't want to live and die throwing the ball 50, 60 times, whether you're in the NFL or college, and that's not a knock on any quarterback. Walker Martinez, good a quarterback's ever been in the state of Tennessee. That still ain't a way you want to live and die. You want to be able to do what teams are giving you. You want to throw when you need to. You want to run when you need to. All that. You want to be a balanced offense, and it takes time to get that. So to be able to play, Bearden and Powell and be maybe a little bit more run heavy right now than we will be late in the season says a lot for the O-line and Waylon LaRue and the perimeter blocking by those receivers. But we were purposely wanting to take a step back from run emphasis and really take these next few weeks and emphasize that pass game. And Landon was flawless. Receivers were flawless. I don't think we had a drop ball. I really don't remember how many incompletions we had.
I think he was 11 for 15 for 280 or something like that. It was
in the first half. So numbers were great. Receivers were great. We did have a busting pass pro twice that caused one a sack and one a fumble. I think that was the fumble the only time we didn't score.
Right. Short field most of the night, Coach. You can't get giant stat numbers, when you get the ball back at the 40, the 30, the 20-yard line.
I think Landon ended up throwing in the 250-something range with 3 touchdowns somewhere around there, which is an unbelievable game, but that was in the first half. And the only incompletions, again, I think was on when he got hit in the back, something like that. Maybe one, I think, was his fault. So he was flawless. Receivers were great. Trent Strickland, close to 130 yards receiving and just 2 or 3 catching.
Yeah.
And Trent is establishing himself all over again as one of the best players in the state of Tennessee.
For sure.
So, Riley Wolfbarger had a good game. Evan Pye's been solid. He's been up there with everybody every game.
Coach, you'll look at some quick stats right here for the season through 4 games. Everybody else had 5 games. We had one that we got canceled due to lightning. But looking at some stat lines right there, you'll see Landon Hensley up there, 57 of 85, 11 touchdowns, 990 yards in 4 games. A pretty good start right there.
Yeah, all real good numbers. The thing that's always going to hurt our receivers is we've got a bunch of them. If you look at other school stats, you're going to find a kid in the top 10, and what you're going to find with us is 3 to 4 kids in the top 10.
Evans got 14 receptions. Trent, we just talked about 19 receptions.
What do we got? 7, 8 kids listed here, and then you got your running back with another 15, 20 catches on the year. So it's balance, and it's that kind of balance that allow us hopefully to play into December if we're doing well. But all them guys did well. O-line was great. We purposely limited Waylon's carries. I think he had around 10 carries, but he's just so fast. Still 150 yards and just 10 carries, and really I think he lost about 40 yards on a penalty there. So he still would have been in the 200-yard range if it hadn't been for that penalty. But it was really just me and Coach St. Clair calling plays that were the only thing slowing him down on Friday.
Defensively, Coach Cody Miller leads the defense right there in tackles. Just does a great job for us. He's up to 46 tackles in 4 ball games there.
He's been solid.
Stephen Powers.
Cody's played a lot of football for us. Got to play as a freshman, so he's seen a lot of football. Had a good year so far. But Friday night defense was lights out. Really, the ones gave up 0 scores. I think we were up maybe 49 and a half.
It was
something like that. But I think they had maybe 1 first down. Maybe I can't remember. I know we had them like 3rd and 24 and called a blitz.
Concerned about
they ran a draw
that they had, and we were able to get him on the ground. And once
we tackled him well though.
On the ground.
He had one run that was maybe over 2 or 3 yards. It was that draw play on a 3rd and 20. I think I got 18. So I think we held him several times on 4th and short. But backers fit well. DL played awesome. Back end was good. Really. Very few mistakes on Friday night. So, but Cody definitely stuck out. Taylor Davis sticks out.
Taylor Davis all over the field.
Every week, offense and defense. Got a touchdown Friday night.
He did get a touchdown.
And I'm going to credit that touchdown to the same way he plays the game. He's just relentless. And he was on the sideline,
please,
would not leave me alone until we let him run the ball. And he wore me down. And we let him run it, and he knows what to do with it. So,
he does.
The more we get to see him with the ball.
I didn't get to see the touchdown dance. I was looking forward to seeing that. And I think I was getting a PAT ready when he scored, so I didn't get to see the touchdown dance. I know it was something though, because he wouldn't score and not do one.
So it was also good to get some kids that had been injured back in. Gabe St. John. Unfortunately, Gabe was one of the highlights for the whole program going into spring and summer. His work ethic and toughness is just something that you identify. Hey, this is the kind of kid Anderson County football is built on, and he'd earned his teammates' respect. Tons of leadership qualities, and then he pulls a hamstring playing 7-on-7. We knew we'd been out there too long, and tried to push through it for a couple of weeks and realized this thing's really bad. And we're just now getting him back on the field. It's been over 2 months.
The next 3 or 4 weeks are big for him as he progresses through that hamstring right there.
Unfortunately for him, it's almost like starting all over. He's been out for a while. But we are excited to have him.
He gets plugged back in.
Got several catches back out there competing. So
when he catches the ball, he's electric with it. He can get down the field.
He's
he
fearless.
knows what to do with it.
Even with that pulled hammy, he's almost returned a kickoff and a punt. He's still fearless. So everything's still in there. We just got to get him back 100% healthy and comfortable playing. But come playoff time, he'll be back 100%, and it'll add a lot to this football team.
Excited. We got some highlights from the Seymour game. I think Brad, we're going to show a few of those. Really good stuff. Here we are on defense. They do a little sprint out right there. And
they were forced to sprint a lot. We got pressure on them quick. Guys go out. I think that may have been Hapney that got to it, batted that down. Hapney's another guy, a sophomore starter. Got his first start on Friday. Played really well. Just a matter of time and reps for him. Here we got a slant pass to Izzy on the goal line. Creates a lot of
him.
separation in a small area.
Yeah.
Landon bangs that thing in there. Good job by both of them. Back on defense, good fits right there.
Yeah.
I think Cody turns it back in, and we clean it up.
Everybody's in on the tackle.
You know, on that note, Stephen Powers started his first game at linebacker and was lights out.
I did a great job.
Lights out.
He's got a broke thumb too, Coach. Still gets out there and tackles it up with one hand right there.
So Stephen, again, he's a kid that, you know, you're just super excited about. That you talk about toughness and the kind of players we want.
That's the one right there.
Yeah.
He's real small.
Great
we can
pick
see that
by
again,
Izzy.
Brad. That was awesome.
But
Great
Stephen
pick.
Tore his UCL ligament in first game.
What's this,
or the
Coach?
Bearden game.
I think Izzy's head and
Hold on a
shoulders.
second,
He was waist and shoulders above.
Gets
the
undercut.
receiver.
Yeah. Great job.
Yeah, nice. He holds on to the
Great play
interception
by
right
Izzy.
there and gets up and ready to go.
Stephen tears his UCL in the first game, and then he breaks his thumb in the second game.
Yeah.
So he looks like RoboCop out there. He's got a cast on one arm and a bionic sleeve on the other.
Yeah.
But he don't miss practice. He don't miss games. It just shows up and plays.
Right. Some more good runs right there. Good tackling. Here we go. We're back on offense right there, bunched up.
Yeah, we got a little bite set, toss sweep. This is you'll see some speed right here.
What's this?
Just different.
See you later.
Yeah.
And we're just drop blocking them down the field right there.
So you got
see the
Dorton.
offensive line.
Yeah, you got Dorton and
Jeremy Hall.
Jeremy Hall just literally drove their guy 35 yards down the field. The refs thought that was a little unnecessary. You know,
right.
I think there may be a little sympathy going into that call.
Yeah.
See Landon
my favorite
again.
plays of the night coming up, Coach.
Great
Trent
throw.
Strickland, I hope it's on here. A little inside screen.
Great catch by Evan Pye on a little sprint out.
Yes, sir.
We haven't run a lot of sprint out.
go.
We just did it to do it. Honestly, here we got EJ
Elijah
taking
Johnson,
outside zone first
sophomore,
play. Offense
60
second
yards
half.
down
That's
the sideline.
former AC great Daniel Barry's nephew.
Yeah,
I had some Daniel Barry flashbacks when I saw him take this thing around the edge.
Such a big kid. He's what, 210, 215?
Yeah.
Just striding down the sideline.
Daniel's one of the best running backs come through East Tennessee in the 90s.
Proud right there.
And
inside screen
great
right here,
to have
Coach,
his
coming to
nephew
Trent.
playing.
Very nice.
Yeah, a little tunnel screen here, a little now screen.
Great
and
job,
Trent's super savvy, knowing what to do with it, reading the blocks and then just splitting it. Nobody's going to catch him.
Got in the tunnel, came out the other side, and he's going off to the races. Ready to go. Trent catches kicks, he catches punts, he catches, he plays secondary.
Plays kickoff, yeah.
He can play any position on defense.
I don't know if he comes off the field.
Yeah.
He really is a throwback to what kids were in the 80s and 90s mentality.
Yeah.
And
we're going to have Trent on, too. He's coming back. Uncle Trent, we call him. We're bringing him back on the show right there to talk a little bit about.
But any one of those positions, whether it's safety, receiver, we put him at running back.
Yeah.
You know, he's an all-state caliber kid. He is a once-in-a-lifetime kind of guy.
Jesse Smithy mentioned him, I think, or the newspaper on the Prep Extra. Somebody mentioned him. Is he the surprise of the season so far? And I don't know if he's a surprise to us, but he may be to some other folks.
He ain't to us. We've known about Trent since he was in middle school.
Right. He's a great player.
He's been a dominant force at every level he's played so far.
Really tough to be an all-state player as a junior, but then when because you come back that senior year and you've done it, you've been an all-state player. But Trent, he doesn't play like he's been one before. He plays like he's trying to do it again.
Yeah, and I don't even think those things enter Trent's mind. He's
true.
got that motor, kind of like Izzy. If he's on the field, it's 100 miles an hour. He's going to win. He's going to be competitive and dominant.
Yeah.
But I will say, making All-State last year at that safety receiver slot. Right now in 4A, the competition is so thick at the top.
Sure.
It's hard to crack. There was a time that we may get 10 kids in the All-State category because us in Greenville were so far ahead of everybody.
Right.
We're better than we were.
Right.
But there's a lot of teams that's programs that came along. Pearl Conway, and when a Nashville school of that magnitude is doing well, they take up a lot of slots in those all-state categories. Elizabeth and, of course, Greenville, and now Upperman. Then you got Haywood and some people out west that are dominant forces in their area, and it becomes hard to get one or two kids on that all-state team right now. So when you can crack that as a skill player at Anderson County, you're doing something special.
Yeah. Coach, we're going to take a quick break. We've got some coaches, former player turned into a coach, Ryan Moog. We're glad to have him back. We'll talk to him a little bit about that. I'm excited to have him on the show right there, as we've had him as a player. Went on to Davidson right there, graduated. Now he's back as a teacher coach at Anderson County High School. It's got to be a great treat for you and great legacy for you to have a player come back and be the coach and the young man that he is in our program.
Yeah, we'll talk with him when he gets there, but he's another one of those once-in-a-lifetime kids that you're just lucky to have part of your program.
We'll also bring strength coach Craig Owens on in just a few minutes, talk about the offseason, some great numbers that we got, some unbelievable things that happened in the offseason for our guys, and Craig's a big part of that. We'll talk a little bit about that. We'll bring John Cotton up here to talk defense as well. So we'll take a quick break. We'll come right back. We're live here at Universal Pizza out here on the Mavericks exit at 122 on Charles Severs Boulevard. It's not too late to come out and get something to eat tonight.
When the lights turn on and the game begins, you need a team you can rely on. Ray Varner Ford and Clinton's strong lineup of vehicles is crafted with the same dedication and hard work that drives our community. Step up your game in this 24 Ford Maverick Hybrid, $25,515. 23 Ford Escape all-wheel drive, $30,995. 24 Ford F-250 Crew Cab 4x4 STX, $59,757. Local you trust, performance you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, built for the game.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Hi, I'm Tim Elrod. Over the years, you've heard us at OEB Law say, let us turn your wreck into a check. We still do that for many families, but I want to take the time to go beyond the slogan. I think I've learned over the years, and more every day, that the most important thing for an attorney to understand is the value of being a partner to you. When you and your family call an attorney, you're calling because you need some help. You need someone to pull alongside you and stand with you. We understand the process of the legal system. You probably don't. So it's our responsibility to keep you informed about every step of the process. You're going to have questions about what's going on. What's next? What do I need to know? Our responsibility is to guide you through the process with the information that you need, the answers to your questions, and the assurance that we have your back at OEB Law. You have my word. We stand with you because communication is key.
1 in 7 people will need a blood transfusion during their life. That's 1 person every 2 seconds receiving a life-saving product. At Medic Regional Blood Center, we are the primary blood provider for 25 hospitals in 23 East Tennessee and southeastern Kentucky counties. Started in 1958, Medic has been serving Knoxville and the surrounding areas for 66 years. For 1 hour of your time, you can save a life. Visit medicblood.org for more information on blood donation.
Welcome back to the Davey Gillum Show. We're live here at Universal Pizza out here on Charles Severs Boulevard, out on the Maverick exit 122. It's not too late to get out here. We still got guys out here eating. Coach, speaking of eating, we got Big Ryan Moog back with us right here, Ryan. Welcome back to the show, Ryan. Welcome back to the program.
Thank you.
Such a pleasure to have you back. I'm so excited to have you back on staff and back with our team.
So Ron, I believe your graduation year was 2018.
19.
Yeah. 19?
Yeah,
oh, yeah, 18. I go by football season.
Football season 18.
Yeah. So, when we look back at Anderson County, we've had some good teams.
Yeah.
But most of our history had been up and down. And when I think back about our legacy, it's really Ryan's class that was the foundation to where we are now.
Right. They started the 7-year run. It's getting ready to be the 8-year run. And
that group that you were a part of. Ryan Moog, Trey No, Stanton Martin, Mikey Carroll, Marquise Gallagher, and there's really a bunch of you, so I don't want to leave them all out.
Right.
But you and Trey and you guys were the head of the spear there. But really, before that, point, we'd have players that had bought into hard work
Yes.
and being professional, and then you guys got an entire team to do it. Now through the hard work and success that you guys have, we've convinced an entire community to do it. Like and it's piggybacked off of what you guys did. But you were an all-state player, and what we were saying about Trent being all-state. It was even harder back then because we weren't in that category.
Right.
You know, we were trying to break into
get into that category.
The elites.
Yeah.
You know, we were always known for numbers, but not necessarily substance. So it was your class. So when you and Trey and Stanton and guys made All-State, it really paved the way for this program. But historic high school career, one of the best players that ever play here, hands down. But got to go on and play at Davidson 4 years, and then finished out at Maryville. Yep. Davidson, call it the Harvard of the South. It's not easy to get in there.
It's not.
There's not many of my former teammates that would have ever been able to get in Davidson for sure. But tell us a little bit about your experience while you were there at Davidson. Now you were there with Trey, I know that.
Yep, I was there with Trey. I mean, it was a lot different, you know, being from Anderson County and, you know, growing up here, going to the, you know, games on Friday and
3,000, 3,500, 4,000 people on a regular Friday.
On a regular
5 to 6
Friday.
To 7 on a Friday where you get a Clinton or a Oak Ridge or something like that. Yeah.
No, and you know, football-wise, I mean, there was just nothing like a Friday night here.
Yeah.
It just really wasn't. I mean, from the fireworks to the crowd to just the feeling of the lights.
And the excitement. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, it was all there, and you know, there were very few. There may have been 2 games that I played in at Davidson that came anywhere close, and they still weren't better. And it was Jacksonville State and Kennesaw State.
Yeah, good
which
programs.
were which were both FCS playoff games.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And those were the only 2.
Now you guys, while you were at Davidson, you guys weren't just anybody. Y'all had a great team.
Yep.
Tell me about conference championships.
Yep. So my sophomore year and junior year, we went back-to-back with conference championships. My sophomore year was the first year that we had won a conference championship as a school.
Yeah.
And we made 3 playoff appearances. So my senior year, we came in second in our league, and we still made the playoffs and went up to play Richmond up there, the Spiders.
Oh, the Spiders are the real deal.
Oh,
a lot of people don't realize how good college football is at all levels.
Oh yeah.
So
you just got to go watch it to see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know I was shocked. I coached Pikeville College for a while and was a member of the Tennessee National Championship team, but the best athlete I ever saw was at Pikeville College.
Mm-hmm.
So there's athletes everywhere, high competition everywhere. Even at University of Cumberland's great football players. Yep. But you guys, again, winning conference championships. You an all-state receiver, all-state running back, linebacker, inside and out, end up playing DL.
I did.
In college.
Yep. So I went up there. They recruited me as an athlete. Didn't really know where they wanted me, and we got up there and we were light on the edge.
Yeah.
So I ended up playing 5 technique for a year, and then we were light on the inside. So they were like, "Hey, we need you to gain 30 pounds and move to an interior D lineman."
No problem, right?
Yeah, right.
Let's go.
No, so
Well, you loved the weight
Bring on
room.
the pizza.
oh yeah, no, it was awesome.
But every time you came in, they got you a little bigger.
Oh yeah, no, they did. I mean, I put on almost 30 pounds, and the time, I think it was like halfway through my freshman year, and then by the time my sophomore year rolled around, I was up to 250, 255 from coming from 225, 230, trying to be fast on the edge.
Yeah.
And they moved me down there. I stayed there for a little while, and then they tried me out as an H-back and a little fullback, and I played there for about 4 months, and then we had an injury on the DL again, so they bumped me back over. So, I mean, it wasn't, I was kind of used to that moving around.
Well, that's not much different than high school.
Yeah.
So
we played you at about every position.
One of the
too.
negatives of being a capable Ryan is he played quarterback for us.
Yeah.
I did.
Played some running back.
Tailback, H-back, receiver,
Linebacker,
safety, linebacker, and we bring you down to rush quarterback and nickel package type stuff. So football IQ off the chart. You've played them all. Not many people can do that. But after you graduate there at Davidson, Maryville asked you to come in. Maryville, great football coach, good leader. Coach Fox there. We're friends.
been friends for a long time before even you went and played for him, but quite a compliment. You're one of his all-time favorite players, and he told me a program-changing player, and having Ryan come in for his 5th year, play DL, who was awesome, and then also pretty much coach the DL and bring a lot of experience to his program.
Yeah, and just to touch on a point you brought back earlier, I mean, there were some guys at Maryville that athletically and ability-wise,
just incredible.
Yeah, just incredible. Like could be, could have been D1, should have been D1 guys. You know? And so it was just crazy, and to see just how similar the D1 to D3 really was, because you had your guys on every team that you're like, why are you here? But I got done with Davidson, and I really wasn't sure what I was going to do, and had a COVID year, so I decided I would enter the portal, and I entered the portal, and about an hour later I got a call from Coach Fox, and he was like,
Who recruited you in high school?
He did recruit me in high
school.
He was at
Tried
Center
everything humanly possible to get you and Stanton up there.
He did. So I mean, I had known him from back then, and about an hour after I entered the portal, he gave me a call, and he was like, hey, if you want to play another year, you got a spot down here. If you want to come down here and play for me.
That's exciting.
So you have a great 5th year, do a good job playing for them, and now you're back with the Mavs. All that worked out. Quite a compliment to the way you've handled yourself your whole life. Again, he was one of those guys, and your boys were right there with him too. When we're there on Saturdays and Sundays, the Moog families in the weight room.
Saturday mornings, these guys are there
on their own, all
speed training and doing the speed training.
But made quite an influence on not just me and you, but everybody in the community. So the second we find out Ron Moog's looking to maybe come back, we go to our boss, Ben Downs, and he's like, that's a no-brainer.
We got to get this guy.
We got to make that happen. So super
definitely
excited to have you back. Now, you've got your baby brother, who's a legacy player. In that same line of one of the best players to ever play here.
At the University of the Cumberlands.
University of the Cumberlands, following your footsteps. How's that feel?
That's awesome. I just think it's awesome. I can't wait to see him repeat and just see, really what he gets molded into.
Have you had to give him any advice? Being excited about college is one thing, but any of us that have done it know the reality is not as romantic as the dream. It's a hard life. That freshman year, I don't care who you are, is hard. Have you given him any advice? Because I know you've had to go through it to some degree.
I've given him advice here and there, just on things that he'll mention something, and we'll be talking. He'll mention something that I would have gone through something similar, and I'll be like, maybe lean a little bit this way, or I don't really want to push him anyway. Whatever he does is, it's a mistake, and it's a mistake. Not anything big or bad, but just there are ways that things can happen, and it's just a learning experience, and he's got to learn.
Exciting. Ryan, we're super excited to have you back on our teaching staff and in our school building and with our football team. These guys, you get to talk to them and be with them each day, so you know where they've been. You wore their pads, you wore their shoes, you know exactly what they're going through. It's just exciting to have you back on staff.
I'm super
I couldn't
excited.
be more proud of you.
Thank you.
Super excited. Real quick before we let you go. So, what's it been? 19 to 24, so 5 years. Things have changed. Things change fast. When you were young, I tried to kill you guys in the weight room and on the track. And we brought Craig in. We're going to talk to him a little bit. It's changed. But how about players, the rest of the program? How much have you seen change from when you were there?
I mean, like you said, there's been a lot of change, but I mean, really, the foundation of, just exactly what I remember when I was here is still here. The morals that, as a coaching staff, that you all try to instill in the players, and the work ethic and all that stuff, that's still been the same. And I think that's what's, been a part of what's driven us to be so successful.
And that's exactly why we wanted him back.
Exactly why we wanted him back. Coach, we're going to bring Craig coming up.
Thanks, Coach.
We'll transition right now. Ryan, come on, get back and enjoy your pizza over there. I know you got some left over. You're ready to go. Craig Owens is coming on. Join us right here. Craig, I know you've been enjoying some pizza over there as well. So welcome to the show. Thanks again for taking some time out of your evening.
So Craig, he's a former player of mine, but it's Seymour County. Craig, what year did you graduate high school?
2000.
I'm telling my age a little bit, but he played for me my last year coaching in Seymour County. He went on and played at Maryville College.
Yeah, he did.
He did a good job, and then and got into the training profession, done a ton to advance his degrees, and really some of it for himself before he got into coaching just in Olympic lifting, and then some of it since he's been with us just to help progress our program. But Craig's certified to coach Olympic athletes anywhere in the world. But I was telling Ryan a little bit, we have changed mentalities. Now, I don't want to say we never wanted to get rid of hard work and toughness, but there's a balance.
That was not working for us. Okay, we'll keep going.
We're having trouble with Craig's mic.
Craig's ready to go.
But there's a balance between hard work and making sure kids are recovery. And we were probably teetering on the other side of that.
A little bit,
a lot of that, I think Coach Gillum mentioned a minute ago, he tried to kill him a few times out there.
So this past winter, going into the season, you lose a lot of seniors every year, and you get in there in January and you're like, oh my goodness, we're awful, we're small, we're weak, all them type things. But at the end of the year, it always comes out better than you expect.
It does.
But our numbers this year, shockingly, probably the best we've ever had, strength-wise and speed-wise. Talk a little bit about the methodology and how we got there.
So we came in and I was looking in the weight room and I was like, man, it's bare bones. What are we going to do here? So I start out always with a speed or power lift first. I want that to be the primary focus because they're fresh. So whether that's push presses, jumping.
It's only an hour show, so you got to. Not all of it.
Then we got a strength lift after that. Your big main lifts, what most people think of, and then it's some of your isolated movements, different things that ankles, calves, shoulders, and all that.
But typically things that most people aren't thinking about. Ankle stiffness, things like that.
Ankle stiffness, the inside of your groin with side lunges, and then from there, we're going to be sprinting max for multiple times a week, timing them on a time.
So part of the thought process behind that, like I got to keep the quarterback understanding that if he don't throw as hard as he can, at least every 2 to 3 days, he starts losing velocity. Sprinters?
Sprinters, so you have to hit max velocity, max speed at least every 2 to 3 days, or you begin to detrain. The body wants to be comfortable, so if you're not constantly pushing that max speed and hitting it at least 2 or 3 times a week, you will actually get slower.
Man, Waylon, are you hearing this back here? I'm glad Waylon's here.
Well, the thing is this ain't new information. It's information that we're aware of, studying, and implemented into the program. We're even to the end of last year, keeping kids after practice, making sure they're hitting some build-up sprints where it's not a ton of trauma on the muscles, but at the same time gradual build-up where they're hitting at top speed. Again, 2 to 3 times a week, so not only are we not detraining, but we're gradually getting faster. So with that being said, never would have thought it. I mean, we knew Waylon was special and fast, but he's not the only one. Our times are probably better than they've ever been.
Definitely, probably it is the fastest team since I've been here. With obviously LaRue, he got laser timed at a 4.41. You got Riley Wolfenbarger, whose times when I was timing them were close to Waylon's, and you got
didn't Riley hit 21.5 miles an hour?
Riley hit 21.5 miles an hour. LaRue hit 22.2, which would have put him in that 4.4 range. Israel Small was hitting in that 21.5 range also.
We didn't have Trent at that time because he's in baseball.
He was.
You start adding these guys in, and you're talking 6, 7 guys that are hitting really high level speed, and we've got to compare the data with some of the best schools in the area, the Beardens and the best athletes, and our top kids are right there with the top.
Yeah, we had 4 or 5 guys from Evan Pyatt to Riley to Waylon LaRue to Israel Small who were in the top 25 out of like 500 kids, and we're talking, you're comparing Bearden, Powell, Greenville was in there, you're looking at some of the top teams, and our kids were right there with them.
Exciting. That's fun to see. Coach, you continue to do things in the weight room each year, and you just continue to build our program. Is that what you had in mind when you came here?
You know, I didn't know how much Coach Gillum was wanting me to do. You know,
it's something I always took a lot of pride in doing.
Coach Gillum and I, when he first hired you, we talked about what you were bringing to the table, and I was excited to see it, but I wasn't sure about it. But now that I've seen it and watched both my boys come through the program and watched my sons change their body types and change their athleticism and change the ability to do things on the field due to what they did in the weight room and on the track right there, you just do a great job. And like I said, I can't say thanks enough for what you did for them and what you do for our kids.
So part of the issue when you're trying to build a program is, like when I was at Scott County, I'd have to do everything.
Yeah.
And that small program, one guy does it all.
Yeah.
We got to AC, we've got a lot of resources.
Yeah.
You know, you took a lot off of me doing things that I would have had to done there.
Yeah.
So it got bigger. We get guys like John in, adds a lot.
Sure.
And we've added guys Sloan and people along the way. And the weight room is something I always took a lot of pride in. I always loved it. Definitely more of a military, go to your break and then go some more and never recovery type mentality.
Right.
And that makes for good mental toughness, but at some point the body breaks down. So in trying to build a bigger infrastructure, seeing Craig's talent and how willing he was to work and his knowledge, really didn't take long, just handed it over to him and realized that he knew more than I did about all those top things, and really our numbers have got a lot better. I know our players like it better.
Yeah. They like the results too, I'm sure. They love seeing themselves get faster and stronger.
Yeah.
You can definitely, Greg does a great job identifying those things and charting them out for them so they can see the progressions.
Anytime you can tangibilize and kids can see the data, where I'm ranking, where I'm getting better, and hold them accountable, it naturally produces a competitive spirit. And that goes to anything in life, but he's done a real good job of doing that. These kids come into the weight room, the sheets are already printed off, the workouts printed off for weeks in advance. The weights are already put in there based on their maxes and these things. And unless you're at Tennessee and places like that, you typically don't get that kind of detail. So it says a lot for our overall program that we get that in every area. But it says a ton for Craig taking the time, the diligence, and the knowledge. It's not just plug and play. You know, these are
Craig,
detailed programs.
Thanks again for taking time tonight. I know you've got a busy night, got a family, got to go see right there. Coach Cotton.
He's got more pizza he's got to go see right now.
Coach Cotton. I think there's some pizza over there. We got Coach Cotton coming up next. If we can get him over here, Coach is enjoying some pizza. Yeah, we'll move on to the mic right here. Here we go.
All right.
Welcome to the show, John Cotton. John, thanks for joining us today right here. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
You hear him fine? So, Coach Cotton, how long have you been with us now?
We've won 8 region championships in a row. Seven. Working on the 8th.
Yeah, working on the 8th.
Here.
Yeah.
So it sounded like he said he's responsible for 7.
Maybe. I think there's a little bit of that in there.
I think
he's
coaches outside linebackers for us. Takes on the inside linebackers some. Helps coordinate the defense.
Just does a great job right there overall.
He's also taken on our new girls flag league that started this year.
We're excited about that. It's going to start in November right there. We just chose our team. We got our uniforms picked out this week, so we're getting started on that.
So,
excited.
Coach, talk a little bit about your tryouts, how the season structure goes, and those type of things.
So for tryouts, we had, I think, 80 girls sign up. We had about 46 show up, which, talking to some of the other coaches in the area, that seems to be one of the larger turnouts in the area. We got a lot of girls that are super excited about it. Our season structure, we get to kick off the season practice-wise October the 14th, and our first game is November the 11th. And we'll be playing all the Knoxville area teams, which is great because we don't have to travel to Nashville or Chattanooga or somewhere to play.
Yeah, excited about that. I know, Coach, our girls, just talking to them in the school, they can't wait.
Yeah, I was there for your first tryout. Tons of kids, 40-something kids. Girls had a blast. Super excited to get the program going.
There's some athleticism out there. Some girls can throw it. Some girls can definitely. Some of the girls' soccer team came out there. Real super athletic kids that can run.
I saw Russ's daughter out there.
Oh, Kiana! I remember when we first found out. I think maybe last spring that this was going to be a thing. Coach Terry had mentioned it to myself and Coach Owens. And I went to her and I was like, hey, if we were to do this, I was like, are you interested? And she was like, oh, you bet.
Yeah.
And of course, now she's taking digs, I think, at your son kind of behind the scenes, like, hey, I'm going to be a better quarterback than you. They've got a little friendly rivalry.
She's definitely got the genetics, but I'll be shocked if she don't get some penalties for you on defense.
I don't doubt that. She's a little tougher. She started asking me, can I run somebody over? I was like, I don't think that's exactly legal. It's not allowed.
two games a night, right? So you'll have 4 scheduled games or 5 scheduled games, and then you'll do 2 each of the five times that you travel to Knox County. We'll be putting out those dates and those informations on the acmavericks.com app. If you've not got that downloaded on your phone, you need to go to the AC Mavericks and get that downloaded on your phone. You'll see the whole schedule on there for all the sports, but definitely girls flag just got added, so the schedule's on there. You'll be able to keep up with them. They'll do score updates, they'll do rosters, all that top stuff will be on there for you.
So, Coach, before you go, get into a little bit of our football. So you've been helping Coach Lambert, who I believe you played for at Oneida?
I got to play for Coach Lambert my senior year.
Okay. And then I think you're related to him as well.
Also related to him. I don't know that he would like me putting that information out publicly, but, it's out there
It's out there now.
But you've been helping Coach Lambert, Coach Chow, you and Sloan, and really taking on a lot of, I know Coach Lambert and Coach Chow really wanting you guys take on more responsibility, helping in more of a defense coordinator type role, understudy type things, helping in game planning, helping in practice schedules, those type things. Now this week it comes in handy. Coach Chow was sick, and you guys are taking on a lot of responsibility. Fill us in on Carter offensively and game plan this week, and how's that going?
It's going well. We were a little taken aback. We're missing Coach Chadwell this week with him out. We're keeping him in our prayers. But we're looking at Carter. We know they like to throw the ball a little bit more than they like to run. The last several years they have spread the ball out a little bit more. But this year it doesn't look like it's just so much, hey, we're just going to take shots all over. It looks like maybe they're going to try to really work the ball to some receivers.
A little more calculated.
Yeah.
And what they're doing, they're making an effort and saying, we're going to attack things that you do. And so we're trying to look at things that we do and maybe make some switch ups between what we've shown on film and what they're going to be able to see.
As far as outliers in talent for them, were they strong?
So they have one receiver that stands out
really good.
Stands out to us.
Number 9.
Number 9. He looks great on film. I've seen him going up to make some plays, trying to make the Odell Beckham type one-handed grabs and things like that. And then the running back is really explosive.
I think the running back's one of the better ball carriers in East Tennessee. There's some good ones, so I don't want to say he's the best, but he's electric. Giving everybody problems, and some things we struggled with against Fulton, that just somebody tested the integrity of our fits, just saying, I don't care that you're outside leverage, I'm going to bounce it anyway. I've seen him do that to a lot of teams, so we're definitely going to get tested on.
Oh, absolutely. I think he's, like you said, he's explosive. He's going to try to make you miss in the open field and make you look silly if he can.
Yeah.
So we've really got to work our leverage and go take shots, and make him not want to run the ball.
So quarterback throws the ball well. Not a great runner, but a pretty polished passer. He's thrown a lot of passes in 2 years, just a sophomore.
Yep.
I've seen him a lot growing up. He's a guy that's thrown with John David, a lot of quarterback lesson type stuff. Puts a lot of time into his craft. But he throws the ball well. They push the ball downfield.
I was going to say he's got a big time arm. He's some shots on film. Him throwing the ball 50 yards in the air. It looks like 60 yards in the air. And it doesn't look like that he's really having to strain to do that. No. He looks polished.
Yeah, does a good job extending plays, even though he's not athletic. Yeah. Not afraid to push it downfield.
Yeah.
Definitely trusts those receivers in one-on-one situations.
Absolutely.
So, what's the key to stopping him?
The key to stopping him, I think, is going to be don't give up the easy ones. We want to make him, yes, he is a little bit of a polished passer, but we want to see, can he consistently all night long make the right read over and over again? When we're putting pressure in his face, we get a rush after him. Can he stand up to it?
Yeah.
I think I agree with you 100%. I think that's the key. I don't think he moves well. Don't think anybody likes being hit, especially quarterback, especially a young quarterback that knows he don't move well. So I think if we can get to him a couple of times, and like you're saying, prevent the deep ball in the meantime, could be a long night for them.
Absolutely. That's to me, I think that's the key to that.
Okay.
All right. Coach, we'll take a quick break. We got some players. We're going to bring on some guys that they're back there enjoying some pizza right there. We're going to steal them away and bring them back up here in just a minute. Coach, thanks for taking time tonight.
Hey,
we'll be right back at Universal Pizza on the Davey Gillum Show.
24 Ford Maverick Hybrid, $25,515. 23 Ford Escape all-wheel drive, $30,995. 24 Ford F-250 Crew Cab 4x4 STX, $59,757. Ray Varner Ford, built for the game.
To me, being an attorney means more than practicing just law. It means pulling alongside my clients and being their partner. It means keeping my clients informed through the legal process, which can be overwhelming. At OAB Law, we stand with you because communication is key.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
2023 Ford Expedition Limited 4x4, $67,950. 2017 Ford F-150 Raptor SVT, $41,950. 2023 Ford Escape ST Line, $28,940. Ray Varner Ford, built for the game.
All right, welcome back to the Davey Gillum Show. You can see I got a new table full of guys here. I'm surrounded on the show. You guys been back there eating some pizza right there, guys.
Yes, sir.
Again, another big night for the Mavericks, another region win right there. Waylon, talk a little bit about your night right there. You had another big night running the football right there. You guys up front leading the way.
Yeah, like you just said, you can't thank the offensive line
enough.
You can't thank the offensive line enough, and the perimeter blocking was great. You know, we got great athletes, and they do their job, they block, and they're very selfless teammates. And I can't appreciate them enough.
Yeah, Trent, inside screen, tunnel screen right there. House that thing. What a great run. What a great catch and run, and ability to see your lane right there and get in that thing. A lot of guys can catch the ball but can't get in the lane. Some guys can't catch the ball when they get in there because they're afraid they're going to get hit. You did a great job with that play. We've ran that play. Your brother ran that play when he was here. Was exceptional at it. I don't know if you remember him watching him run that play when he was here. Yeah. Bad Brad he got his nickname off that play basically because he was so good at it. And now you, Uncle Trent, on the show tonight, legacy player. Talk a little bit about the inside tunnel screen right there.
Hey, I saw my linemen. Hey, they're doing a great job blocking.
Yeah.
I trust them, so I know I'm not gonna get hit.
Yeah.
So I got my guys blocking for me.
They did a great job.
They did a great job.
Yeah.
Always do.
Listen, we bragged on. We're going to come back to you in a minute, Reese. We'll come back. We bragged on you all week. I'm going to tell you, you did a great job all week. Did a really good job.
Yes, sir.
Israel Small, one of the most unbelievable interceptions I've seen. And Vance, you played for us. You made some great interceptions too. But the one that this guy made the other night, I think you were like 12 feet in the air where you caught that thing and you landed on your face.
Yeah.
What happened right there? You catch the ball way up in the air, and next thing I know, you're bouncing off the turf with your face.
I mean, I seen the ball. I went to go get it, and next thing you know, I didn't know how it was going to fall. Next thing you know,
teeth first.
My helmet, face mask, straight to the turf.
Yeah.
Boom, like a trampoline. It bounced right up.
You did.
And when I got up, I felt that for a little while.
For sure. Great night right there, gentlemen. Let's go right to Reese right here. I'll tell you what, if anybody's had a season, this guy's had one. He does it on Friday nights. He goes out there, he can play any position. He holds on PAT. He can go out there and play some slot receiver, play some safety for us right there. He can and go out there and play a little quarterback right there at the end of the game. Reese, tell us a little bit about the quarterback at the end of the game. Going out there, leading your team, taking care of the ball, making sure we don't get a turnover. Tell us a little bit about that.
So my coaches put me in good positions with the plays. So I mean, I just go out there and I mean it's simple reads. It's not like I'm going out there and making professional reads, but I just do my job, and they make it pretty easy.
For sure.
They set me up.
And then you go back on Monday. We go back out there yesterday, Reese. You go back out there and you steal another victory from Seymour with an interception in the end zone. They're driving, Coach, to get a win or to tie it maybe right there. And they're down there inside our 10. Reese makes a play right there, intercepts the ball, runs it down the sidelines. We all go crazy, win the game.
I think he had 3 picks.
I think it was 3 picks. That may be a record. Maybe a record, Uncle Trent. We don't know. We're thinking it's close if it's not right there. So a great night for the Mavs on Friday night, and then turn around last night and go get another win. Vance, you were there last night. Tell me what your takeaway was from last night right there.
I thought it was good. I thought the kids played pretty good. We got a lot of things we need to work on with them younger guys, but they're doing a great job. They do a good job competing, showing up and working every day in practice, staying focused. So I thought it was a good night for them. Yeah. Good win for them.
Yeah. Waylon, one memory from Friday night. One memory from Friday night. Don't tell me it was Jeremy Hall's blocked 30 yards down the field.
I was going to say that.
Touchdown call back. Don't tell us that one. What's the memory from Friday night?
I think just going out there and beating them. I mean, we just went out there and we were physical. We took it to them, and that was pretty exciting, and that was awesome to watch.
One memory from Friday night.
Probably my long touchdown and being gassed after. I didn't know I was that much out of shape. I was very gassed. I was going to throw up. I was tired, but I need to get in shape a little bit. But that's probably my memory.
All right, you're up, Reese.
My memory
from Friday
was
night.
tackling their big running back, number 24.
Fit the gap.
That hurt my shoulder, and I remember that.
Great job. That guy weighed almost 300 pounds, I think. He went right in there and knifed him right there. Easy.
That kid was huge.
One memory from Friday night.
Kickoff, me and Trent racing down the field to go make a tackle.
Yeah,
I held him up.
Super fun.
And Taylor Davis came and killed him.
Yes, he did. Taylor Davis cleaned it up. He did. That's what he does. I'm excited about Taylor Davis. Maybe we get him back on the show next week. I think I don't know if he came to eat or not, but maybe he didn't know we were eating tonight. Or I know he would be here.
He would have been here.
Yeah, for sure.
Taylor Davis, man.
No doubt. Yeah, we got a pick'em coming up here in just a minute. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to bring Coach Gillum back up here. We're going to do a pick'em contest and get ready to go play Carter for another region win. And guys, you're one win closer to hosting those playoff games. That's our goal. That's what we want to do. You got to come to Anderson County and beat us. So Friday night's important. You've had a great Monday, a great Tuesday. Let's go have a great Wednesday. We'll be right back here on the Davey Gillum Show. We'll bring Coach Gillum back up for the pick'em contest.
24 Ford Maverick Hybrid, 25,515. 23 Ford Escape all-wheel drive, 30,995. 24 Ford F-250 Crew Cab 4x4 STX, 59,757. Ray Varner Ford, built for the game.
To me, being an attorney means more than practicing just law. It means pulling alongside my clients and being their partner. It means keeping my clients informed through the legal process, which can be overwhelming. At OEB Law, we stand with you because communication is key.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
2023 Ford Expedition Limited 4x4, 67,950. 2017 Ford F-150 Raptor SVT, 41,950. 2023 Ford Escape ST Line, 28,940. Ray Varner Ford, built for the game.
All right, welcome back to the final segment of the Davey Gillum Show. Coach, thinking about Friday, we were just talking about it just a minute ago. Huge storms rolling in. We've been talking about it all day. We've been talking about it with Carter, talking about the game officials, all the things that have to go on a Friday night. Coach, the weather, We've got homecoming right there. We want it to be a great night, a Friday night event at Anderson County Special, and we don't want to waste it on a rain night. So there's a possibility. If you're watching tonight, be sure you check in with our Facebook. Be sure you check in with our school social media accounts to make sure that we are going to play Friday night, because there's a possibility we may be moving the game to Saturday.
Right, and I would even say that, we never like to change the game, especially to a Saturday. Fortunately, Tennessee doesn't play, so you're not interfering with that.
Right.
But unless there's a dramatic change between now and tomorrow, better chance that we're going to be playing Saturday night instead of Friday.
Right. We, like I said, Friday nights are a showcase at Anderson County. We do a lot of fireworks. We're going to have homecoming, which is going to be a lot of young ladies and their escorts.
A lot goes into what they do.
A lot of people put a lot of money, time, energy, and effort into that. We want it to be perfect. So, like I said, if it's going to pour the rain on Friday night, we're going to play on Saturday. We'll move all those events to Saturday so that we have a great night and a great event for our family and communities.
And, we're not just talking about rain. We're talking hurricane rain and up to 7.5 inches by Friday. So that's not conducive to having a football game, and especially homecoming and all things going into
Hopefully
Friday.
That'll blow away. We'll find out. We'll know a little bit more by tomorrow afternoon. We'll make an announcement tomorrow afternoon. Like I said, it'll be on all the social media accounts. It'll be on the Facebook, and everybody will have all that information in time to make plans for Saturday if they need to, or Friday if we continue to do it on Friday. Coach, a little bit about Carter. Expectations for the game?
They're a better football team.
They are.
They've actually done pretty well the last few years. Offensively, they've kind of been a one-hit wonder. They're really good on offense. Suspect on defense. They're a lot more balanced. New coach Todd Helton in.
Does a great job over there.
I think he's been there for a while.
He has.
It looks like he's brought a little bit more of a stable approach.
Yeah.
Still very aggressive on offense, like pushing the ball down the field, like playing fast, but they're not just doing things to do things. They're not, in the past, maybe more worried about passing yards than they are points and winning. They're definitely trying to win the game. A little more stable on defense right now, a little more sound all the way around.
Turned the ball over 5 times against Hall, so no indicator for that. You can't get a real indicator on that game because the ball was turned over so many times at Halls. You can't get a real feel for how good or
I think
what they do great because they turn the ball over so many times.
You can't ever tell in a game with turnovers how that would have played out without it. But if you take the turnovers out of the equation and just go offense, defense for 4 quarters, Carter's got a chance to win that game.
I think so.
So they're a good football team.
I think so.
If they can limit mistakes. Obviously we're going to be trying to force mistakes. We're going to try to be forced turnovers. We're going to try to hit that quarterback. We're going to try and get him to make bad decisions, put the ball in the air, and give us a chance to get him. Offensively, for us, they play a ton of man-free. We haven't seen this much man coverage since we played Pearl Cone back in 2022 in the championship. So we've we like that challenge. We like our quarterback. We like our receivers. Plan on giving.
Line does a great job up there.
Plan on giving them opportunities to make plays. And we still like our run game. LaRue's still going to be the fastest kid on the field. When you are in man coverage, though, it allows people to free up and play a little faster in the box. So run fits maybe a little faster. Some things we're going to have to work on, but. I do like the matchup. I like our O-line. I like our receivers. I like our quarterback. So it's going to come down to little things, how well we execute. But if we execute well, could be a long night for the Hornets.
Let's go right to the pick'ems right here.
Okay.
We've got Brant's BBB got Clinton at Oak Ridge Friday night right there. Maybe Friday night, maybe Saturday night. We don't know yet, but definitely Clinton at Oak Ridge on homecoming down there at Oak Ridge. Who you got?
Yeah, again, I think Clinton's got a few good players, and the Maddox kids may give Oak Ridge a little bit of trouble, but just overall, Oak Ridge probably too much for them.
Yeah, I'm going Wildcats right there. Bearden at Farragut.
I know first year for Jeff Courtney there. I think it was just a down year. Coach Courtney's been calling shots for Farragut for a long time, even though his dad's been in charge. That's not the issue. They're just a little bit down right now. I think Bearden probably wins big.
Okay, good. I'm going to go Bearden as well. Coalfield at Sequatchie County.
Okay, Coalfield, single-A juggernaut.
Yeah.
Sequatchie is a ranked 3A though, so it's not going to be a walkover. But I'm still going to take Coalfield.
Okay, I'm going Coalfield. Let's go right to the college. Liberty at Appalachian State. Coach, we mentioned a minute ago, Appalachian State has not. How many? 10 seconds.
I'm going to take Jamie Chadwell and Liberty.
Chadwell and Liberty. Let's go at Appalachian State. Thanks for joining us on the Davey Gillum Show. We'll be back next Tuesday with hopefully another big region win for the Mavericks.